everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are having a fantastic start to your 2019. Mine's been a bit rocky. It has not gone as I have planned, but you just gotta keep rolling with the punches. This video is a continuation of my last video. My last video was a tattoo tour video. You got to see all of my tattoos and I explained them all to you. So if you're interested in that video, I'll link it here. Anywhere. So you can watch it if you are interested in tattoos and just like hearing people's stories behind why they get tattoos if they do have a reason. In that video, I mentioned, hey, would anyone like to see a future tattoo plans video? And people said yes, so here I am making this video. I thought I only had a few tattoo plans and I was like, easy, got this video done in like 5 seconds. But then I just kept remembering another tattoo that I wanted, 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 another tattoo that I wanted. And I thought this video was going to be a short video. It's not. So let's go ahead and dive into the tattoos that I would like at some point when I get money to do them. I'll be starting off with the tattoos that I know for sure I want, and then move into tattoo ideas that I'd like but I'm still not quite sure of, and then I'm just gonna move into tattoos that I've seen on Instagram that I think are very, very cool, and I might want to get something similar in the future. Obviously, do not copy anyone's tattoo, but you can get inspiration from other people's tattoos, and that's what the end of this video will be. To start off, I want to finish my dang science sleeve. It's going to annoy me until I get it done, so that's the #1 thing on my list, is to finish this guy up. After lots of stalking on the Instagram, I finally found a tattoo artist in Oregon that I want to finish my sleeve, and she goes by the Instagram handle SWEETLEAS or SWEETLEAS, not quite sure how it's pronounced. Everyone's Instagram handles are always very confusing on how you pronounce them, but here is some of her work. It is beautiful and I think she'll do a great job continuing my sleeve and making all of the pieces on there look cohesive and basically like one artist did them. This picture, bloop, I found on Pinterest is kind of my inspiration for my tattoo sleeve. So at the top you see like a little black header thing, and I want that also on the top of mine. Not quite sure if I want it in that style, but basically I want like a banner header at the top of it. Not quite sure what I want to say yet. Something along the lines of like the life of me, but in a way cooler way than that because that sounds really lame. And in that header, any word that has the letters A, G, T, or C, I want to be bolded. And the reason for that is because A, G, T, and C are part of the components that make up DNA. And I am an identical twin, so I have always had a grand interest in DNA since identical twins had the same DNA. Also, my favorite movie is Gattaca, so this idea came from Gattaca because if you watch in the opening credits or in the closing credits, anybody's name, and if anyone's name has the letter A, G, T, or C, they bolded it in their name, which I thought was a very cool idea and very subtle nod to DNA and what makes up all of us people today. The next thing I would like to get on my signed sleeve is a pumpkin on my elbow. If you have not noticed, the theme I'm kind of going for is a little bit spooky, but not too spooky. It's like subtle spooky on my arm. So I think pumpkins are very Halloween and spooky, so I want to get a pumpkin on my elbow. I think it would look very good there. I want it to be in a scientific botanical style, which I've done with the rest of my flower and plant tattoos on my arm. So that's why I also wanted to keep going for there. And then I want to do vines and leaves and then have that kind of fill up some space on my arm. So that's one idea I have. And then the other one I have is to do a 2-headed snake. I don't know what kind of snake species I want to get. I may do 2 different snake species on each head, but we'll see how I want to do that one. But I think that one would be great because since snakes are long and thin, it can easily put that in my arm. So if we're like running out of space, you can easily just be like you can slide right in there. And then I had some other like filler tattoo ideas. One is I want to get a little spider. I don't know what kind of species of spider I want to get either, but since I have this little spider web and these zinnias up here, I think it would be cute to have somewhere on my arm a spider, so that way it connects the dots of the spider web to the spider. You get what I'm saying? Then another cat filler I want to get is little cat claws, and I want to get 2 of them to represent my 2 cats, the love of my lives I've had in my life. One is my cat Tiger, who died when I was in college, and then now I have Edgar, so those 2 cat claws will represent them. And then the last cat filler idea that I have, which is nice for this science sleeve thing because it's really easy to figure out cat fillers, is to have Megalosaurus dinosaur teeth. Those were like one of the first teeth that were found that helped lay the basis of geology, so I think it'd be cool to put old-fashioned drawings of the Megalosaurus teeth that they found on my arm somewhere. And then since I'm not quite sure how much space I'll have left on my sleeve after they do everything that I just mentioned, I have some backups in case I need more space filled on my arm. One of those is a raven, another one is a Darwin Tree of Life, and then the last one is to just put more spider webs on my arm. So I feel like that would also be a good cat filler. So those are my ideas for my science sleeve to finish it, because that's number 1 on my list to finish off this bad boy. The next tattoo that I really want to get done is my sternum torso tattoo. I would like to get a upside down bouquet of flowers that start like on my solar plex and go down to my belly button, because I've always felt that ever since I got the teacups on my stomach that my torso area has looked very, very barren. Like if I'm wearing a bikini or something, I just feel like it's like a big gap of space where it's just blank skin and then there's the teacups. It looks funny to me. It looks like there should be something there. So it's bothered me ever since I got those done, but since those hurt so bad and I've heard sternum tattoos hurt hella bad, I've just been too much of a pansy to get it done. So on the bouquet, I want to kind of mimic the teacup situation in the bouquet. So since they're teacups, I want various flowers that make up teas. So I want like tea leaves, jasmine, chamomile, roses. That I think would look cool in a bouquet, and then wrapped around the bouquet is a ribbon that mimics the pattern on my teacups. I think that would all look very cohesive and good together. And I also want that to be done by SWEETLEAS or SWEETLEAS on Instagram. I think she would do a superb job composing the bouquet together, so hopefully I can get that done also by her, and she'll want to do both my sleeve and that torso piece for me. So after my torso, I want to go to my fun leg. If you don't know what my fun leg is, that's my fun leg. It's the leg that I'm putting all the fun stuff and colorful stuff that I don't want to put anywhere else in my body. I mainly want everything but my fun leg to be just black work or line work. I don't want any color anywhere else on my body. That's what I've kind of decided. But I figured my right leg will be all the tattoos that I do want in color or that I think are more random and fun or cute. Those are all gonna go on my fun leg. So the first tattoo that I want to get on my fun leg is of another Disney tattoo. Yes, I am a crazy Disney person and I want a second Disney tattoo. Don't at me. But this one I want to get for my mom and my dad. I really like when people get mom and dad focused tattoos, and this is my like subtle way of doing it. Growing up, I have a lot of fond memories of watching Disney movies with my parents, and my mom's favorite Disney movie is Pocahontas, and my dad's is The Emperor's New Groove. So what I want to get is 2 Polaroid photos overlapping each other of my mom's favorite movie and my dad's favorite movie. This was kind of inspired by 2 pictures I saw on Instagram. One is by The Bakery, You can see it's of the Disney park, and it has like a cute little note on the white part of the Polaroid part of the photo, and you can see there's a Mickey waffle on the bottom. Super cute. So I think it'd be cool to combine this tattoo by the bakery and then whoop, this tattoo by LEANNEFATE on Instagram. She's done a lot of Polaroid photo series Disney tattoos, and I think it'd be cool to incorporate her idea with the bakery's idea together to create my tattoo of Pocahontas and the Emperor's New Groove. I even drew a picture inspired by LEANNEFATE's Polaroid series tattoo pictures I saw on Instagram, and it's boo-hoo-hoo, Hunchback Notre Dame. I feel like that movie never gets enough credit, so I drew it myself. And I don't know, I thought it was cute. I think that would be a really fun idea to commemorate my mom and dad. Then the next tattoo that I really want on my fun leg is the girl with the dragon tattoo, center tattoo, and this one is obviously a dragon. I think a dragon tattoo would be sick. And obviously the girl with the dragon tattoo, she has a dragon tattoo. Elizabeth Salander is my favorite character from the Girl with the Dragon tattoo trilogy. We're not talking about any books past the third one. It's a trilogy. She's my favorite character from that series. She's also a twin. I feel like we have a lot of similarities. So I just want to represent her in some way on my body. And I think that'd be cool to also have a dragon tattoo like she has one. And here is the artist I want to get it done by. Yeah, it's XCJXTATTOOS on Instagram. I think he would do a really stellar, stellar. We're watching season 2 of Stranger Things. A tubular job, man, doing a dragon tattoo. I think it would look really cool. Then the next tattoo that I want to get on my leg, on my fun leg, is a rework of the candy corn tattoo that I have. I ideally obviously wanted to get it redone by SARA at some point, but I want her to do a very kawaii, cute style of tattoo. Here's an example picture I have from ROXYRYDERTATOO. I think hers is very, very cute. It's exactly what I want. It's that kawaii, sparkly style. Very, very saboopy, right? Then another one I want to get on my fun leg is to commemorate my love of Avatar the Last Airbender. I think it would look really cool since Avatar the Last Airbender was drawn in Korea, to do a traditional Korean style drawing of Appa. Appa is not like my favorite character from Avatar the Last Airbender, but I think he would look really, really cool drawn in a traditional Korean style. That's also another one I really want to get my fun leg. And I think that's all of them that I'm for sure that I do want at some point on my fun leg. It's just they're lower down on the bar compared to my torso and my arm. Then after my fun leg pieces, I would like to get my back done. I really, really, really like the ornamental Mindy style back pieces that have been, I feel like, more popular lately. Here are some example pictures of ones that I really, really like. And it sucks because one of the tattoo artists that does a really great job of these is CLINTONLEETATTOOS, and he was in Denver, Colorado. That's where he's based out of. And of course, I found him right when I was moving away from Colorado. So hopefully I'll be able to go back and get a back piece done by him at some point. I think he'll do a fantastic job working around what I already have on my back. I don't think it'll be a problem. So I'm really excited to see what he comes up with whenever I actually get that done. Then the last tattoo that I for sure want is on my left leg. So on my right leg, I have the Haunted Mansion coffin style tattoo, and on my left leg, I want to get a coffin style tattoo again, but in the coffin, I want to get Houdini. So I really want to get him in a coffin on my left shin to mimic the one on my right one, so that way they're kind of similar. And then I think it would be cool to have him in a coffin, also because one of his stunts that he did as a magician was putting himself in a coffin. So that way, to me, it's not really morbid, because if you put like a person in a coffin, it just all of a sudden becomes morbid. But for him, since he did a stunt as a magician in a coffin, I feel like it makes more sense and is less morbid that way. For that one, I probably will also have Chase Tattoos do the same one on my other leg. And then here are some really cool tattoos I found on Instagram of Houdini. I used to think all of those would be cool to incorporate into the coffin tattoo. Going on from there, I'm moving on to things I think would be cool, but I'm not sure if I want to get them segment of this video. The first one I'm going to start with are just more fun tattoos that I want on my fun leg. One of them is I really want to get a Korean tattoo because I did Taekwondo growing up and I feel like their culture kind of rubbed off on me because of it. And I would really like to get a folk art, like a Korean folk art tattoo. They normally did tigers, so a tiger would be cool, but whatever. I'm not really particular on the style. I also think it would be cool to get some of the traditional South Korean temple art on my leg. I think it's pronounced Gangcheong. I don't know if that's right, but it's spelled D-A-N-C-H-E-O-N-G. And it's very beautiful temple art. Here are some pictures for you. Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, it's nice. Mwah, colorful. And I think this tattoo would look really good on the knee since most of this temple art is symmetrical, and I think symmetrical things look better when you put them on your knee. So I think that would look really nice there. I would also really like to get a Japanese style tattoo. I'm thinking I want to get a Japanese lucky cat since I think they're really adorable. And for some reason I always associate Japan and Japanese lucky cats. That's the first thing that normally comes to mind whenever I think of Japan for some reason. I don't really know why. After that, I think I want to get my other arm done. I'm still debating whether or not I want both arms to be tattooed, but if I do get my other arm done, I want it to be in a sleeve. And the person that I want to get this done by is either Ryan or Matt from Black Veil Tattoo. Here are some of their work. I think they would do a really cool job of making a sleeve on my other arm. The idea that I have is hands holding objects, whether it's like a doll or a makeup brush or a tarot card. Like, I don't know for sure what I want the hands to be holding, and that'll be the idea of my sleeve, and I think they would do a really good job composing it together. And then on my left leg, I think what I want to do for a theme is make it a vintage antique style. So have anything that I put on there either be from a different like generation, so for example Houdini, or just have like more old-fashioned objects put on me. So like one idea that I had in mind aside from the Houdini tattoo was to put an old-fashioned microscope. Here's an example picture of what I'm talking about on my leg. I think it would just look really cool on there. And that's just my other idea for another antique item to put on that leg. Then the last tattoo that I have for this section is to get, I think, a snowflake. And the snowflake will represent my connection to Colorado. Even though Colorado doesn't snow like a lot, it does snow there, and that's what I've always associated snow was with Colorado. So I think it'd be cool to get a snowflake. Those are all ones that I think would be cool, but I'm kind of on the fence on and need more time to soak in whether or not I want that to be a permanent part of my body forever. Never and ever and ever and ever and ever. From there, I'll move on to my very last topic, which is tattoos that I found on Instagram, which I think are cool, or Pinterest, that I think are cool. And I might want to get something kind of similar. Who knows? So the first one I'll talk about is this one that I found on Pinterest. And as you notice, there's two bunnies on this girl's like shoulder blades, and they go into, I think it was flowers if I remember right. What I'm focusing on is the bunny part of that tattoo. I think that would look very cool if you put that on like your torso, on the sides of your body. I think that would just frame your
skinniest part of female body, that part.
Again, not quite sure if I would actually get it done or what animal I'd want in place of the bunnies. I probably wouldn't get bunnies. But yeah, I think that is a really cool tattoo and thought I'd share it. And then another one that I saw was of this one. It's a volcano, and the volcano looks like it's a Hawaiian, one of the Hawaiian volcanoes. Probably the largest one. But I think it'd be cool to get a tattoo like that because I've always had great fascination, and even took classes in college for volcanology, study of volcanoes, and oceanography, study of the oceans. those are my two favorite subjects while I was in college, so I think it'd be cool to get a tattoo that incorporates both volcano and the ocean together into one tattoo. Very last picture that I saw on Instagram that I was like, that's a cool tattoo, I kind of want to get something similar, is by On Holiday. It actually worked well for me to get this one done because On Holiday, she actually is located in Portland at Wonderland Tattoo, so I could easily get this done by her if she wants to create something similar to that. And I think it would look very cool on my antique vintage leg as a knee on the knee. I think that would look really cool there. But I also think that this tattoo, if composed not correctly, if it's composed well, I think it would look really cool as a sleeve. So that might be another idea for this blank arm that I got as a sleeve idea. I think she would do a really cool job doing it. So those are all my ideas for tattoos for myself. I had so many more than I thought I did, but as you can tell, I have a lot more in mind and I want to be pretty heavily covered in tattoos at some point in my life. I don't think I'll ever get my hands, my face, or my neck done just because I'm a paranoid person, and even though I don't think it's right for jobs to stop anybody from excelling or getting hired at a workplace because of their tattoos, I still am paranoid that it's gonna happen to me, so I don't want to be one of those people who that inhibits them in their future, as sucky as that might be. That's just where I stand on that, so I don't think I'll ever get my hands, neck, or face done. Other than that though, anywhere else in my body's fair game. Let me know if you guys have any future tattoo plans for yourself. If you have like a favorite idea of mine that you really liked, you can tell me that down below too. If you think I'm an idiot, you can tell me that down below too, but it's not very nice. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.